Welcome back, guys. I'm Kira. This is Homestead Dreaming. I know a lot of you are new here and I haven't uploaded in a little bit. We took a little mental health break and now I'm back. We're in a new season, so a lot has changed. I've got plenty to show you. Some good, some not so good. Lots of things have changed in the last couple months, and I will let you know about all those things in the coming days and weeks. Today I'm just going to be giving you a quick little update on gardens and taking you around the urban homestead. We're canning some tomatoes and we're gonna be putting up our Christmas tree today. So hope you're enjoying your day and I hope you enjoyed this video. We're gonna hop right into it. So for those of you who are new, you probably don't see a whole lot of difference here. But for those of you who have been here for a few years know that my backyard had raised beds in them. And I decided that I wanted to go more of a cottage garden type of feel, type of look. So I pulled them all out. I pulled all of them out and I got bricks, which if you saw my last video of our plant haul from about 4 or 5 weeks ago, you saw that I actually went to Lowe's to get bricks, but I came back with plants. Well, I finally got all the bricks, and I also got a few extra bricks from the property that were here. They're original to the property. My house is 108 years old, so I wanted to keep some of those original bricks. They've still got the stamping on them from when they were made and where they were made, so I thought that would be a neat little thing to put in the garden beds and to give it a little extra character. So right now, really the only things that I've got growing here in the back are perennial herbs. I've got some mint still growing and doing well. We've had an unusually warm fall, so today's a little chilly because it rained, but it's been like in the mid-70s this entire time, and it's been just phenomenal. The only real complaint is that a lot of my lettuces have gone to seed. They've bolted because of the heat, but I've got time to sow some more. So this is actually my first time pressure canning tomatoes, my first time canning tomatoes at all. We've done some jellies in the past, but I've never done tomatoes. I've never had enough tomatoes to do this with. So this year we had a great harvest of tomatoes. It was a really long tomato season. I froze them all so that I could do a big batch all at once, and I had about 30 pounds of tomatoes, Amish paste, beefsteak, cherry tomatoes, just a big variety of tomatoes. And so yesterday I spent hours peeling the tomatoes, which if you've never done it this way before, I've never done it the other way, but if you freeze your tomatoes as they thaw, the skins just peel off. But when you have 30 pounds of tomatoes, it still takes a really long time. So I got those all done. I had them in 2 huge enameled cast iron pots, and I let them simmer down, cook. I used my immersion blender to puree them, and I let them simmer overnight and then reduce this morning. So I've got a nice thick sauce. They're 2 different colors because I did one batch just mostly paste tomatoes and the other one mostly cherry tomatoes. So I've got 2 different color batches, but they're both phenomenal. They taste amazing, and I'm really excited to do this. I have no idea what I kind of have an idea what I'm doing because I'm following a recipe out of the Ball Home Preserving book. I love this thing. It's got so many recipes that I want to try in it, so I'm really excited. There's a water bath canning method and a pressure canner method. All of the research that I've done thus far recommends pressure canning over water bath canning, so that's what I'm going to try and do. I have a pressure canner. I've had it for years. I've never used it to pressure can. I've only ever used it to water bath can, so I'm a little nervous, but everybody tells me that I have nothing to be worried about. So we're gonna give this a shot. I'm excited. So my dishwasher is currently broken, so I went ahead and sterilized these jars in boiling water. They're warm, they're hot. So now I'm going to add lemon juice to the bottom. They are quart sized, so the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons in the bottom of each. Okay. The sauce is still hot. You can see the steam coming off of it maybe. I don't know if the camera's catching it or not, but it is still hot. And we use the handy dandy funnel.
For it then.
So these are cherry tomatoes I had frozen. I decided not to use them for the sauce. So I'm gonna give them to the chickens, but I'm gonna put them in the channels actually, so that I can get them to come around. I gotta be careful because my bulbs are coming up already. It's been such a warm, oh gosh.
That worked great, Kira.
I mean, they were frozen.
That's just mater juice.
It's mater juice.
Well,
Let's see if I can get them to.
yeah, as they're like,
Figure
hey,
it out.
lady, it goes over here.
Oh, I think one of them's figuring it out. And of course, I had to put it in the spot that was like double. Come on, ladies. You gotta be smarter than the tomatoes.
No one guaranteed that.
They're coming.
That's what she said. I couldn't help it.
You're awful.
What is yes? Oh, sorry, Alex Trebek.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Bernadette's like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
She's the only one.
This is that IQ test. She's like, but I'm over as far as I can go.
She's like, I don't get it. She'll hopefully figure it out. I wonder if, okay.
And this is Kaylee, right?
That's Zoe.
Zoe, okay.
Kaylee was Jane.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. Who turned out to be a rooster.
Yeah, when you speak of a chicken in the past tense.
Kaylee was Jane, yeah. So I only have Zoe and River left. Because Inara was the one that the raccoon got.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Oh, here, Sansa's figuring it out. Sansa's got it. Look at that! I made tomato sauce. There's 6 of them. Yay! And they're so pretty. They're still warm. I am so incredibly proud of myself for doing this. Seed to jar. I grew all of this all by myself. I started them from seed last year. Harvest them. Can them. It's the first time I've ever done this, so I'm really, really pleased with myself. But I've learned a few super important things. Number 1, replace the gasket seal for my pressure canner. It ended up not sealing, so we water bath canned them after all that stuff that I talked about. how it's better to pressure can. I ended up water bath canning them just because I need to replace the seal for my pressure canner. Number 2, 30 pounds of tomatoes equals 6 quart jars of sauce. And number 3, next year grow way less cherry tomatoes and way more paste tomatoes. So those are I've learned some lessons.
No. I do not consent.
I do not consent.
No.
All right, guys, as we put our Christmas tree together this evening, I want to thank you very much for hanging out with us today and experiencing the joy in having my first canning batch of tomatoes. I hope you have had a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.